What's up, Wrestling Verse family? Welcome back to the channel, and wow, do we have some incredible news to break down for you today. If you're a fan of women's wrestling, if you love seeing new stars shine on the biggest stages, then you are going to absolutely love what we're covering today. Hit that subscribe button right now and smash that notification bell because we're about to dive deep into one of the most shocking, most exciting, and most talked about matches from the Women's Crown Jewel Championship. This is history in the making, people. Today, we're breaking down how Stephanie Vaquer, the incredible international superstar, defeated Tiffany Stratton to capture championship gold at one of WWE's most prestigious events. This match had everything: drama, athleticism, storytelling, and a finish that has the entire wrestling world buzzing. So settle in, grab your favorite snacks, and let's break down every single moment of this instant classic. Let's go. Before we get into the match itself, Wrestling Verse family, we need to talk about the journey that led these two incredible athletes to this moment. Both women took very different paths to get here, and understanding their stories makes this victory even more special. Let's start with Stephanie Vaquer, because her story is absolutely inspiring. For those who might not be familiar, Vaquer made her name on the independent wrestling scene and in promotions around the world. She competed in CMLL in Mexico, she tore the house down in Japan, and she built a reputation as one of the most technically gifted women's wrestlers on the planet. When WWE signed Stephanie Vaquer, the wrestling world took notice. This wasn't just another signing, this was WWE bringing in someone with legitimate credentials, someone who had already proven herself as a world-class performer. Triple H and the WWE talent scouts recognized that Vaquer had that special something that translates to superstardom. But here's the thing, making the transition from the independent scene to WWE isn't easy. The style is different, the pressure is different, the spotlight is exponentially bigger. Vaquer had to adapt quickly, and boy did she ever. From her very first matches in NXT, she showed that she belonged on this stage. Her technical wrestling ability is off the charts. Vaquer can chain wrestle with the best of them, she's got innovative offense that fans have never seen before, and she brings an international flavor that makes her stand out in the best possible way. Plus, her charisma and connection with the audience grew with every single appearance. Now let's talk about Tiffany Stratton, because the center of the universe is absolutely no joke. Tiffany has been one of WWE's brightest stars over the past couple of years. She's got the look, the attitude, the athleticism, and most importantly, she's got that IT factor that you simply cannot teach. Stratton's character work is phenomenal. She plays the spoiled, bratty, entitled princess to perfection. But here's what makes her special: she backs it up in the ring. Tiffany can go move for move with anyone, she's shockingly athletic for someone her size, and her prettiest moonsault ever is legitimately one of the most beautiful moves in all of wrestling. Coming into Crown Jewel, Tiffany Stratton was riding high. She had championship gold, she had momentum, and she had every reason to believe she was untouchable. The center of the universe truly believed that nobody could step into her spotlight, and she made sure everyone knew it. The build-up to this match was absolutely electric. WWE did an incredible job of making this feel important, of making it feel like a legitimate clash between two different wrestling philosophies and two completely different personalities. Stephanie Vaquer represented the hardworking international star who earned every opportunity through blood, sweat, and tears. She came from the independent scene where you have to scratch and claw for everything. Her promos emphasized respect for the business, respect for the championship, and a desire to prove herself on the biggest stage. Tiffany Stratton, on the other hand, represented entitled privilege. She flaunted her championships, she dismissed Vaquer as just another challenger who would fall at her feet, and she made it clear that she believed the Women's Crown Jewel Championship belonged to her simply because she was Tiffany Stratton. The contrast in styles and characters created the perfect storm for an incredible match. Fans were split right down the middle. Some were Team Tiffy time, supporting the established WWE star who had earned her spot. Others were firmly behind Vaquer, wanting to see the international sensation prove she belonged at this level. Social media was buzzing for weeks leading up to Crown Jewel. Hashtags were trending, fan polls were being conducted, and the excitement was building to a fever pitch. This wasn't just another match on the card, this felt special. When Crown Jewel arrived, The atmosphere was absolutely incredible. The production value was off the charts, the stage was spectacular, and you could feel the energy in the arena. This event has become one of WWE's premier showcases, and having a women's championship match in such a prominent position showed how far women's wrestling has come. Both women made spectacular entrances. Tiffany Stratton came out first, dripping with confidence and championship gold. She soaked in the reaction from the crowd, posed on the stage, and made her way to the ring like she owned the place. The center of the universe was in full effect. Then came Stephanie Vaquer's entrance, and the ovation was huge. The international fans in attendance knew exactly who she was and what she represented. Vaquer walked out with intensity, with focus, with that look in her eyes that said she was ready to make history. This was her moment, and she wasn't going to let it slip away. The bell rang, and from the very first lockup, you could tell this was going to be something special. Both women came out aggressive, feeling each other out, testing for weaknesses, and showing incredible respect for each other's abilities despite their character differences. The opening minutes featured some absolutely beautiful chain wrestling. Vaquer showcased her technical prowess, transitioning seamlessly from one hold to another. Stratton proved she could hang in that department too, reversing and countering with surprising technical skill. This wasn't going to be a one-sided squash, this was going to be a legitimate athletic competition. Tiffany took control early, using her power advantage to ground Vaquer. She worked over the back and legs, methodically breaking down her opponent while talking trash the entire time. That's vintage Tiffany Stratton, combining excellent ring work with perfect character work. But Vaquer is incredibly resilient. She fought back with lightning-quick strikes and innovative offense that had the crowd on their feet. One particular sequence where she hit a running dropkick, followed by a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker, and then a picture-perfect moonsault got a huge reaction from the audience. The match built beautifully, with both women trading momentum back and forth. Every time one woman seemed to gain control, the other would find a way to counter or fight back. The near falls started piling up, and the tension in the arena was reaching incredible levels. Tiffany Stratton went for her prettiest moonsault ever, her signature finishing move, and the crowd held their breath. But Vaquer rolled out of the way at the last possible second. Stratton crashed and burned, and you could see the look of shock and pain on her face. This was Vaquer's opening, and she seized it. She pulled out all the stops, hitting move after move with precision and intensity. A running knee strike rocked Stratton. A suplex into the turnbuckles had Tiffany reeling. The momentum had completely shifted. But give credit to Tiffany Stratton, she's a champion for a reason. She weathered the storm and started mounting her comeback. A cartwheel into a handspring back elbow caught Vaquer by surprise. Stratton followed up with a spinning slam that nearly ended the match right there. The final sequence of this match was absolutely breathtaking. Both women were exhausted, running on pure adrenaline and heart. They traded strikes in the center of the ring, each refusing to back down. This was about pride now, about proving who truly deserved to be called champion. Stratton went for another big move, possibly looking for a second attempt at the prettiest moonsault ever, but Vaquer countered mid-move with incredible awareness. She caught Stratton and transitioned into her own devastating finishing sequence. What happened next will be replayed for years to come. Wrestling vs. Family. Vaquer hit her signature combination of moves with absolute perfection. Every strike connected cleanly, every transition was smooth, and when she locked in her submission finisher, you could feel the entire arena collectively hold their breath. Tiffany Stratton fought valiantly. She scratched, she clawed, she tried everything to reach the ropes or reverse the hold. But Vaquer had it locked in perfectly, and there was nowhere to go. The pain was written all over Stratton's face. After what felt like an eternity but was probably only about 30 seconds, Tiffany Stratton had no choice. She tapped out. The referee called for the bell, and the arena exploded. Stephanie Vaquer had done it. She had defeated Tiffany Stratton. She had captured championship gold at Crown Jewel. The emotion on Vaquer's face was pure and genuine. This was the culmination of years of hard work, sacrifice, and dedication to her craft. The celebration was beautiful. Vaquer was presented with the championship, and she held it high above her head with tears streaming down her face. This wasn't just a victory, this was validation. This proved that her style, her approach, her journey from the independent scene to WWE was worth it. The crowd gave both women a standing ovation. Even Tiffany Stratton, despite being devastated by the loss, received respect and applause for her performance. That's the mark of a truly great match, when both competitors come out looking like stars. So what does this victory mean for Stephanie Vaquer moving forward? Well, wrestling vs. family, this changes everything. Vaquer is now a legitimate main event player in WWE. She's proven she can perform under the brightest lights, at the biggest events, against the toughest competition. This win establishes Vaquer as a face of the women's division. Her unique style and international appeal make her a valuable asset to WWE's global expansion. She can work with anyone, she can have great matches with any style of opponent, and she connects with audiences around the world. For the women's division as a whole, this is incredibly exciting. Having Vaquer as champion opens up so many fresh matchup possibilities. Imagine her defending against Rhea Ripley. Picture a technical masterclass against Io Sky. Think about the storytelling possibilities with Bianca Belair. The potential is limitless. As for Tiffany Stratton, this loss doesn't diminish her star power one bit. If anything, the way she performed in this match proves she's ready for even bigger things. Sometimes losing the right match at the right time can actually elevate your career, and this could be that moment for Stratton. We'll likely see a rematch clause situation, where Stratton invokes her right to a rematch. That could lead to an even more intense encounter between these two. Maybe a stipulation match where the stakes are even higher. Steel cage. Last woman standing. The possibilities are exciting. There's also the chance that Stratton moves on to a different feud, possibly chasing another championship or entering into a personal rivalry with someone else. Her character work is so strong that she can make any program feel important. Don't be surprised if we see Tiffany targeting the Women's World Championship next. Let's talk about the in-ring work in this match, because both women absolutely delivered. The psychology was excellent throughout. They told a clear story of the technical specialist versus the athletic powerhouse, and both women played their roles perfectly. The pacing was spot on. They didn't rush through spots just to get to the next big moment. Instead, they let the match breathe, building tension naturally and allowing the audience to invest emotionally in the outcome. That's wrestling storytelling at its finest. The near falls were believable and well timed. Each one made you think the match could end right then and there. That's crucial for maintaining drama and keeping the audience engaged. When both women kicked out of big moves, it elevated both of their credibility. Can we also talk about the athleticism on display? Both Vaquer and Stratton are incredibly gifted athletes who make difficult moves look effortless. The moonsaults, the suplexes, the submission holds, everything was executed with precision and made the match feel like a legitimate athletic competition. The post-match reactions from other WWE superstars have been pouring in on social media. Several women's division stars congratulated Vaquer on her huge victory. Some posted respectful messages acknowledging the performance of both women. Others posted more cryptic messages that seemed to challenge the new champion. Wrestling media outlets have been buzzing about this match too. Several journalists have called it one of the best women's matches of the year. The star ratings are coming in high, and the consensus seems to be that this match exceeded expectations and delivered on the hype. Fans have been creating highlight videos, GIF compilations, and tribute posts celebrating both women's performances. The hashtags related to the match have been trending for days. That's the kind of organic buzz that WWE loves to see. From a historical perspective, this victory is significant for several reasons. Stephanie Vaquer becomes another international star to capture major championship gold in WWE. She joins a list of talented performers from around the world who have proven that WWE truly is a global company. This match also continues the trend of WWE elevating women's wrestling to main event status. Having this match prominently featured at Crown Jewel, with significant time and emphasis, shows that women's wrestling is being treated as equally important as the men's division. For young girls and aspiring wrestlers watching around the world, seeing Stephanie Vaquer win this championship sends a powerful message. It says that with hard work, dedication, and belief in yourself, you can achieve your dreams regardless of where you started. Looking ahead to the future, Vaquer's reign as champion promises to be exciting. Her first few title defenses will be crucial in establishing her as a fighting champion. WWE will likely book her strongly, having her overcome multiple challengers to prove her victory wasn't a fluke. There's potential for international tours and special events where Vaquer can defend her championship in different countries. Imagine her defending the title in Mexico or Japan, places where she built her reputation. That would be incredible for both her character and for WWE's global reach. The women's division is absolutely stacked right now, which means Vaquer will have no shortage of challengers. Every week could bring a new contender, a new challenge, a new opportunity for incredible matches. As fans, we're the real winners because we get to watch it all unfold. One thing I really appreciate about this storyline is how it respects both women's characters and abilities. This wasn't about making one woman look bad to make the other look good. Both Vaquer and Stratton came out of this match looking like absolute stars. That's what great wrestling should do. It should elevate everyone involved. The winner gets the momentum and the championship, but the loser gains respect and sympathy that can fuel their next chapter. Triple H and the creative team deserve credit for booking this match so well. The production values at Crown Jewel also deserve mention. The lighting, the camera work, the commentary, everything came together to make this match feel important. WWE's production team is the best in the business, and they proved it once again. The international broadcast of this event meant that millions of people around the world witnessed Stephanie Vaquer's coronation as champion. That kind of global exposure is invaluable for building her brand and expanding WWE's international fan base. Let's also acknowledge the commentary team for their excellent work calling this match. They enhanced the storytelling, called the action clearly, and helped the audience understand the significance of what they were watching. Great commentary can make a good match great, and they delivered. So where do we go from here? Well, the next few weeks of WWE programming will be crucial. We need to see how Vaquer handles being champion. Will she cut a celebratory promo? Will she immediately be confronted by a new challenger? Will Stratton demand her rematch? There's also the question of whether Vaquer will appear on both Raw and SmackDown or if she'll be exclusive to one brand. As champion, she becomes a featured player on whichever show she's assigned to. That brand automatically gets elevated by having such a talented champion. The merchandise opportunities are also exciting. Vaquer's unique look and international appeal make her perfect for t-shirts, posters, and other WWE products. Fans will definitely want to show their support for the new champion. From a business perspective, this championship change could lead to increased interest in WWE's product internationally. Fans in Mexico, Japan, and other countries where Vaquer built her reputation will tune in to see her championship reign. That's good for WWE's global expansion strategy. I also want to take a moment to appreciate both women for their professionalism and work ethic. Putting together a match of this quality requires hours of preparation, physical conditioning, and mental focus. Vaquer and Stratton clearly put in the work, and it showed in the final product. The respect between the two competitors, despite their character differences, is also worth noting. Professional wrestling is at its best when the performers respect each other's abilities and work together to create magic. That's exactly what happened here. Looking at Vaquer's championship reign moving forward, I'm excited to see how her character develops. Being a champion changes you. The pressure, the responsibility, the target on your back, all of that will influence how her character evolves. Will she become more confident, maybe even slightly cocky? Will she remain the humble, hardworking champion who fights for everyone who believes in her? Will the pressure of being champion start to weigh on her? These are all interesting character directions that could be explored. The potential feuds and storylines are endless. Every woman in the division will want a shot at the championship. That means compelling television week after week. As fans, we win because we get to watch high-quality women's wrestling on a consistent basis. Alright, wrestling vs. family, that's the complete breakdown of Stephanie Vaquer's incredible victory over Tiffany Stratton at the Women's Crown Jewel Championship. This was a match that delivered on every level and created a new star in the process. Now I want to hear from you. What did you think of this match? Were you surprised by the outcome? How do you think Vaquer will do as champion? What feuds do you want to see during her reign? Who should be her first challenger? Drop all your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown and analysis, make sure you absolutely smash that like button. Subscribe to Wrestling Verse for all the latest WWE news, match reviews, and analysis. Hit that notification bell so you never miss any of our content. Share this video with every wrestling fan you know, especially those who love women's wrestling. Let's celebrate this incredible moment together and support these amazing athletes. Until next time, Wrestling Verse family, this has been your complete coverage of Stephanie Vaquer's historic championship victory. Keep supporting women's wrestling, keep believing in new stars, and remember, anything is possible in WWE. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.